One time for Tory Lanez.
Hey! Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, welcome to the show, man.
Thank y'all
Congratulations
so much.
on everything.
I appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be here, and I'm just thankful that y'all allowed me to come here. It's my third time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is good.
Well, we happy to have you here, man. Where you originally from?
Canada, Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's your team, the Raptors.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? But
Hold
nah,
on,
but
whoa.
I still root for my home city regardless of the fact. But like I'm a LeBron fan. I've always told everybody this.
Yeah.
It's not like it just came out the woodworks, but I'm just a big LeBron fan. So
Okay.
Like, speaking of LeBron, like currently the conversation these days is LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
he's very good.
Surpassing Michael Jordan. Are you one of these people who subscribe to that theory?
Listen, I'm not even gonna speak on anything, and I'm not gonna speak on nobody's legacy because I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if he might break records that might be bigger than Michael Jordan.
So far, he has. I think he's the only player to ever have like 30,000 points.
Yeah. So
That's
we're going to
crazy.
tally up the points when he retire.
Yeah, like let him live his full legacy out, and then we'll tally up everything, and then
Right.
we'll look at all the highlights. Like he was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Jordan is definitely also like a very important person to us, just as far as just like the culture of just black people, like you know what I'm saying, and just growing up wanting a new pair of J's. Stuff like that, and just growing up and seeing Michael Jordan on Space Jam, and just like, you know what I mean, like that stuff that we kind of grew up on. So I think in terms of just the age that we were when Michael Jordan was out, I think just the time and era was a little bit more golden. So a lot of things hold a little bit more nostalgic value to us from that era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
All right. So you got a new album called Memories Don't Die.
yeah.
All right. Tell us about it.
Well, Memories Don't Die is basically a collective of like things that have happened in the past or things that are happening in the future, and things that I feel like are memories that just won't die or don't die because of whatever the situation or the result of the cause and effect has been. You know what I'm saying? Has made a memory that won't die. So I just made this album. All the songs are based off moments of my life or things that happened and inspired, these memories.
Absolutely.
So memories don't die. So was that to a certain woman that the memories with you and her just won't die?
I mean, women too. I'm not gonna say none of the songs are about any women. Definitely women too. I think women definitely help to make, just love in general. Like love just helps to make any kind of memory better. You know what I'm saying? Because you always remember things that you love. You know, so like women too.
No woman in particular.
No women in particular that I could say on the radio show. But it's definitely particular women. It's definitely specific women that I talk about in my head, or, you don't get me in trouble, my baby mom.
We don't want to do
Oh,
that.
yeah, no,
Baby's
we don't
still
want
new,
that.
11
Oh,
months
no,
old.
Tory.
You don't want to be put on child support early. That's not happened yet, is
Nah,
it?
that's not gonna happen.
Thank God. Now, on the album, you have such a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde approach to where you do your music because, when you Tory Lanez the rapper, you a way different type of animal than you are when you Tory Lanez the singer. It almost is like, how can both of these voices come out of one dude?
Nah, thank you. For me, like I've always prided myself on rapping before I started singing, because I was a rapper before I started singing, and then when I started singing and I was going hard and doing it, that's when I think I got signed with Say It and Love, and those were the records that I was introduced to the world with. But for me, I always make sure that I'm an all-around artist, because artistry for me, and like my artistry, is very important to me, and like the things that I make music about are very important. So I like to be able to express both ways. So the same way somebody who's bodybuilding has to go in and do the top half, they also have to have leg days. You get what I'm saying? So I look at like both as both. Like sometimes I got, the top half in singing. Sometimes it's a leg day when I'm rapping. Sometimes it's a leg day when I'm singing. Sometimes it's a top half when I'm rapping. But it has to be able to equal out, in order for everything to look right.
Right. I know that you and Drake squashed y'all beef. I'm just kind of curious, who hit who up first, and how did that happen?
Nah, honestly, it was between two of our friends, one of his friends and one of my friends, and they had been to each other previous to this, and just previous to this whole like little whatever this was, and pretty much they got on the phone, and it just came to be a thing like, yo, y'all should just talk on the phone, because y'all are probably probably beefing about something that's not even like that serious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we had never spoke throughout that whole experience. So
Right.
once we spoke, it was just like, oh, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when that beef was cooking, it was just one of those weird things. Because you always wondered what a Drake and Tory Lanez jam would sound like.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
nah,
yo, why is
definitely.
this static there to where it's
Definitely,
not a thing?
definitely
Because
not.
Toronto is big, but it's also small.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and there's a lot of dope cats that people maybe don't know about as much as y'all two. You know, cats like Chocolate, going way back.
Definitely.
Cardinal Official.
Definitely.
And who else is out there making noise?
It's a lot of people out there making noise. There's a lot of the young boys out there making noise. I would touch on it, but then I'm gonna be sitting here and forgetting this guy and the third guy, and then they're gonna. And then when I get back to the city, yo man, you said this guy's name and not mine.
Right.
But there's a lot of young talent out there. A lot of the new dudes that are coming up. That I think that are just dope, and I think that once our city, because our city's actually come to a place where more people want to be there, more people want to experience what it is, because there's so much more music coming out of there, there's so much more experiences that we're talking about that happen over there that people want to see. So I think once our city gets to that point where it's just like, popping like an Atlanta or a Miami, as far as like people actually going there and being able to go there, I think that it's gonna be dope. I think that those people and those artists will come to the forefront.
Man.
So
Okay.
so I know that I read somewhere where 50 Cent is your mentor. How did that come about?
Well, I just look at him like so, because every time I talk to him, man, he drops so much knowledge on me. He's like the first like artist, because like I don't really be hanging out with too many like rappers or anything like that. Like me personally, I just like to stay by myself and just I'm like my family that I've been with and my friends that I've been with. Like, I stick with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had the same friends each 3 times I came up here, the same people, you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I met 50, it's like he's like the first like artist who kind of just like is just in such a bigger position that just kind of looked down and helped and said like, yo, look, da-da-da-da, this is what happens when, you know what I'm saying, when this is going. Me and 50 were signed to the same label, you know what I'm saying? I'm signed to Interscope.
Right.
So some of those same people are still in that building, and he's like, oh, this guy is this guy, and this guy is this, and you got to watch out for this, but you got to also remember to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's the first person I just sat down and actually listened to, and like actually was like, yeah, man, like you're right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could listen to you, and I know that it's not coming from a place of like some jealousy or like an ulterior motive. I know you just genuinely are just trying to help me with some knowledge, like, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that more than anything, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So Tory, have you sent Meek some cigarettes?
Honestly, I haven't been able to talk to Meek on the phone. But last time I was in Philly, I spoke to Coon, so I was supposed to get on the phone soon. But like I'm a very.
They say he may be getting out probably next week.
Hey, well, I would be happy to hear that. You know,
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Me and him had a little project on the way, so we was trying to finish it up.
Collabo?
Yeah, we had a crazy little tape bubbling up, so we just trying to finish it up regardless, and talking to people from his team, and as soon as he get out, we gonna work.
Now, new album's out, Memories Don't Die. A lot of standout records on there, no matter what your pocket is. If you want to bogle, dirty wine, if you want to roll up sweet and shoot it out the window, there's something for you.
Facts.
One of my favorite tunes was a joint called Benevolent.
Yeah.
And the lyrics, look, first I was telling pussy niggas story up. I was trapping out of Brampton my whole high school year, caught it up. My man H-Town and the bandos all boarded up. Still know it's us. Had a Benz coupe at 17. Now it's Rolls Royce when I'm rolling up. You had a Benz coupe at 17? And what kind of play does this give you in Toronto, rolling like that?
Nah, okay, I'll explain every single line right there. First off, you can tell these pussy niggas story up. I was trapping out of Brampton whole high school year, caught it up. Everyone, there's this like thing, because like Brampton is this place not in Toronto. It's like it's GTA. It's Greater Toronto area.
Outskirts.
So everywhere that's like Mississauga, a couple other places that are around the actual small city of Toronto are called the GTA.
Okay.
So pretty much like people talk about this place called Brampton, because Brampton is like, it's like a suburban city. It's very still inner city, but it's very like there's still neighborhoods. Like there's still places where there's houses. There's still places where, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of both. But the thing about Brampton is a place where there's really incredible areas of it, and incredible, like, you'd raise your kids there, just like, you know what I'm saying, you'd make a new life there. And then there's places of it that's like really poor and crack infested, and like messed up and like bad, like just really bad. You know what I'm saying? I think that's with everybody. Like there's always that place downtown that's
Right.
kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Me, when I was living in Brampton, I was living downtown, and I was living in a very like crack infested area. So my whole thing is like when I was going to school, I couldn't like my school was in a suburban rich place. Like I went to school where in an incredible school. I went to school for like 2 years. Fletcher's was the name of the school. It's a school for performing arts. And I went to the school, but I lived downtown. So getting to school, I didn't have enough money to really get me to school every day because the bus to get there, I had to take 2 buses to get to the school. So boom, some days I just wouldn't be there, and to the point where it started leading me to not going to school and getting in trouble. So like my whole high school, I had like 4 court cases. I just wasn't even going to school. I was just going to court. I wasn't going like anybody.
Like truancy court?
Like court.
Yeah,
I had
okay.
real quick cases. Like
Okay.
I had real cases. So, and I was 16. You think what I'm saying? So my whole thing was like my life and where I was seeing it, I wasn't seeing it the same as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So whether or not I was living here or here, at that time, this is where my mind state was. So when I say I was trapping out in Brampton a whole high school year, corded up. I was corded up, you know what I mean? H-Town and the bandos all boarded up, still know it's us. H-Town is Hamilton. That's where, like, it's like OT. I went OT. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going out of town.
Got you.
Boom. H-Town and the bandos, they're boarded up, but you still know it's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they was boarded up, you still know we in the,
Y'all
you
got
know what I'm
to
saying?
work and y'all know.
Boom.
Yeah.
So then, and then I say, I had a Benz Coupe at 17. Now it's Rolls Royce when I'm rolling up. I had a Benz C230 when I was 18 actually, and my uncle, it was actually my uncle's car, and my uncle said to me, he's like, you know what? One day you're gonna thank me for this, and you're gonna remember me for this. And he gave me the car. He just bought it, but my uncle was like, he's like a Jamaican. I have 5 different cars. I'm working on this one at the shop. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know what I mean? But he gave me the car. So 17, I had a Benz coupe, like a small little C230
you rode
Benz. You know what I'm saying? I was young though. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't an old Benz.
Nah,
right?
it was
a
the
new
newer
joint.
model. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm sitting here young, riding around in the Benz, and now I'm looking at it now because I'm 25 and I got a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? So now it's Rolls Royce when I'm rolling up. You know what I mean?
Damn, most people upgrade from like a Honda to like a Nissan.
Right.
That level up.
Upgrade.
Another line you said, the same song, second verse. In Abu Dhabi, the party tried to do me in. Ended up in an amp. What happened?
Yeah, well, the first time I went to Dubai, that whole verse on Benevolent is about, same how I told you every song is about a memory. That first whole song, or that first like passage that I'm talking about, is like me being in Dubai, and I got so drunk that I got like food poisoning or like liquor poisoning.
Yeah.
And I remember like it was 6 a.m. in the morning, and I was calling the paramedic. I was laying in the middle of the hotel in boxers. I'm sitting there like in my boxes, and like it was so hot, I threw up like 40 times. Like there was nothing else to throw up. I'm still trying to throw up, and like the paramedics came, and I remember them just trying to talk to me in the car, and I couldn't hear nothing they were saying. Like I couldn't hear anything. I was so sick,
Wow.
and so messed up that I just couldn't hear anything, and it was just because I was in Abu Dhabi the night before, which is like, you know, an hour drive away.
Okay.
I was in Abu Dhabi partying, and somebody gave me this. I drink Patron. I used to drink Patron like heavy, like out the bottle. I could finish a whole bottle like a nigga. I was crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? But they gave me this gold Patron, the orange one, like not the, you know how people drink the one with the green, the silver Patron
Right.
silver.
It's usually
They gave me
meant to
this
be in a
one
cup,
with
I
it
don't
was
know.
orange, and it was like, I guess it was Cuervo or whatever, Cuervo or I don't know how you used to say it. I drank that and I was gone. That was the end of my whole thing. So that's why I say
Whoa.
Abu Dhabi club party try to do me in. You know what I'm
So is that
saying?
the last time you drank like that?
I never drank like that with Patron again.
Wow. You've been linked to dating Bria Miles and Trina. Are those rumors true, or if not,
Who?
Bria Miles?
Nah, I was definitely not dating her. She's a great girl. But nah, I wasn't dating her. That's my friend.
Right. And Trina?
Trina's also one of my friends.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of thirst trapping going on in the business. Not connecting those names to that, but like you see these patterns, people that people fall for. Like you know, like Black China just recently made the news because she allegedly aided and abetted Sway Lee from his chick.
Oh,
Like,
no, it's horrible.
how do you block all the attention that's coming your way? Because you seem very focused, new seed
You
to
gotta
feed.
move right. I mean, it's not hard to move right.
Really?
It's not hard to move right. All you gotta do is, you gotta just move right. You gotta just be cautious, and like you have to be self-aware that like not everything is how it used to be, and you have to be cautious of like the things that could get you caught up. You gotta know the things that could get you caught up before you even get caught up.
Have you gotten caught up before to real?
Nah, I don't get caught up like that. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like
you smarter than that.
I'm a lot smarter than that because for me personally, I don't like getting caught in things. So I
Right.
don't do things where it's like this is gonna get me caught up, or like I always weigh out the options here. Like what's the worst that could happen out of this situation before I do this? And yeah.
So Tory, so what's the biggest misconception about you?
I think a lot of people think I'm mad arrogant. Like people think I'm like mad arrogant because I'm like really confident about my craft, but I'm only arrogant when it comes to music. When it comes
Right.
to everything else, like I'm a regular guy. Like I'm saying, I love to help people. I have a genuine heart. You know what I'm saying? And I like to think that I'm a humble person with a lot of humility, and I'm a good guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for me personally, like I don't really mind what people say about me. I just know that sometimes my stature when it comes to music changes how people see my stature when it comes to life, and it's like it's two different things here. There's Daystar Peterson, and then there's Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Totally different thing.
Where do you feel like that line gets drawn at? Because in the hip hop game, you gotta be confident,
Yes.
and you damn near gotta be a little bit cocky.
Right.
But then you also occupy that other space too, where like women like you more than the average rapper because you can do another set of songs as
Women
well.
also love my confidence, so it's like I don't stop being confident. Like women love the fact that like when I come somewhere or when I walk down the street, like I want to be the best nigga walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like when I walk in somewhere, I demand the attention in the room because I'm confident. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because my aura, before I was even famous, I commanded the attention in the room because of my confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like some people they either don't have that confidence or they don't like that much confidence because it's just like it comes off a little boasty, but it's like it's not even like that. It's just like I know the person I'm called to be. I know who God called me to be, and I'm gonna be that person. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear that.
Right.
Well, they're trying to wrap you up real quick. You got,
All right, lightning round. Worst habit. These gonna go fast.
watching porn.
Longest time without getting any.
2 months.
First job you ever got fired from.
McDonald's.
Are you serious?
Nah, it was 89-cent store actually. I'm bugging. I worked at this place called the 89-cent store.
Wait,
it was
there's
horrible.
something lower than the
Thank
99
you.
cents?
This is
Yeah,
like-
it was horrible. I had to stand outside with a megaphone in the cold and go, get yours at the 84-cent store. In the big cold parking lot in the wintertime in Toronto, it was bad. They only
Wow.
paid me $5 an hour. It was horrible.
Biggest love of your life.
My son. And
Wow.
I gotta say he's just a new life and a life that came from me. So it's it's a big thing for me. That
Just
in
have
that in
one?
music for sure. That in music, of course I love my baby mother for making my son, and of course just my family and God. Like what
No,
I'm
that's
saying.
right.
Like those are just the biggest things for me.
Word. Now, you made waves the other day. Talk about almost Nicki Minaj feature that you almost had on the song "Shooters," I believe, right?
Yeah.
And what was it that she said on that verse to where like you had notes? To
Nah,
where-
she didn't say anything wrong. It was hot. I never said her verse was bad or anything. I never said. I was just talking about the arrangement or something. I guess it just got taken out of turn.
And then she was like, "All right, forget it."
She just take it off.
Damn, is that the last time y'all talked?
No. I spoke to her after that.
So y'all cool?
Yeah, it's not like a big deal. Like,
You know
I don't,
media,
and I
they
also
put it
don't
in
want
a
like
bold
nobody to
cap.
think. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Like, because people think like I'm just out here just like just using her name for like for publicity or some shit. Like, nah. Just the reason why people ask me about it is because it's said on the album that like I was like, yo, I might have fucked it up before this album was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like one of those things, or you know what I mean? It's not like one of those things I'm like ill about. Like, damn, yeah, fuck, like nah. Like, I'm sure we'll work in the future.
There are 5 shots in here. You can take as many shots out of the cup of courage as you want. There's pieces of paper in there. Pull out the first one and let's see where the situation goes.
I know all these are some like wild things.
Maybe not. Who
The
knows?
cup of courage.
Cup of courage.
Right.
Cup of courage. I got a freestyle.
Damn, I was hoping you pulled that one last. do you pass you pass that shot to somebody else, or
I'm definitely passing this shot to my man right here.
All
Right.
right, Gary, you got the freestyle at the end of the interview. Go to the next
All
one.
right. Do I get to pick one for you too? Is this or is
It
it
don't
just a
matter.
me
I'm
thing?
down.
Yeah, but you know, people gonna be like, "Oh, he punked out. He didn't drink nothing." You gotta at least take 3 shots, bro.
Tell us a story no one knows. That's pretty good too. I'll probably take that shot.
Go for it.
It might have to be edited.
The cup of courage. Where the hell you come up with that?
That's made it.
All right, boom. So, and I can talk about anything.
Yeah, anything.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive story.
Come with it.
Without like,
Okay.
I was like 16 at the time, and like this is when I just started like really fucking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a girl, whatever the case is. So, you know when you first do that and you try to be protected and everything, you start like exploring what condoms you want to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Boom, I go to the store one day, and like you know, I don't know nothing about condoms at this point like that, but I know, you know, how to use them.
Right.
Right.
So I'm searching for some condoms. I'm searching for these condoms one day. Can't find the condoms that I be usually getting. Now I just started exploring, like, yo, you know, gotta find some condoms that I, you know, whatever. So I'm going through. I see these one condoms, and they say extended pleasure. And I say, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's gotta be like, you know what I'm saying, something that like either, I don't know, just make it just feel like we had a longer time. I don't know. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. Boom, I bought him. Later on, the girl comes over, we start getting busy, whatever case is, boom. One point, she's on top of me. I'm sorry to be so explicit, but she's on top of me. And it's like, yo, all of a sudden I feel like I just can't feel nothing down there. Like nothing, like I can't feel nothing. Like, so boom, now I'm like, yo, hold on. You put up here. Let me get off me for a second. Hold on.
Right.
I went to the bathroom. I'm looking down. Oh, Lord Jesus, no. I start praying. I'm thinking like, yo, she just gave me the germ. I'm thinking I got the clap. I'm thinking
Right.
I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking the condom off. I can't feel nothing.
Right.
I'm slapping my shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo, I'm shaking it. Like, wake up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wake up. Like, boom. All of a sudden, I'm like, yo, I run out. Like, I got so scared. I run out. Like, yo, all my homies was in the living room. I run out the living room, into the living room, naked. Like, yo, I can't feel my. I can't feel my. I can't feel my. And then one of my mans is like, yo. He's like, ah, man, you gotta take him to the hospital, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
and
no.
boom. So then, but then one of my mans is like, he's like, yo, he's like, what condoms did you use? I'm like, yo. So I start thinking like, yo, I used these gray ones, the extended pleasure joints, regular joints. He's like, bro. He goes, that numbs.
Right.
He goes, that numbs you so you could keep going.
Right.
I don't want to feel numb like this, man.
Right.
Felt like my wasn't even in my pants no more. Like I feel like it wasn't even attached to my body no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a story nobody
Wow.
knows, man.
That is a memory that
Wow.
will never die.
Yeah.
Memories
Yo,
don't die, man.
Tory Lanez is in the building. The album
Yes.
Memories Don't Die. It's available
Yeah.
now. Be sure you pick it up. That story was so good, you don't even have to take the rest of the shots.
Right.
Not much
Pour the
love,
cup
man.
That is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tory Lanez.
Yeah.